Hello everyone and welcome to the Gaming Club. In today's video, I would like to do a Q&A session. Every week I'm getting over 100 questions about State of Survival game through Discord, through YouTube comments, through emails, through my website, through different other ways. Of course, I don't have time to answer each and every question. That's why I thought, why don't I have like a dedicated video, let's say every Monday, where I try to just answer the most popular questions. I'll try first time and see how it goes. And also let me know in the comments if you like it or not. Let's start. I was able to record this video thanks to BlueStacks. It allows me to play State of Survival on my computer and also produce high quality videos for you guys. If you'd also like to play State of Survival on your computer, there is a referral link for BlueStacks download in the video description. Go check it out. The very first and most popular question is when do I upgrade and when do I train my troops? It's the question I've seen like a million times on Reddit. It's the question that every single person who is starting the game is asking either in Discord or on the website or in the video comments. And the answer is very simple. There is literally no reason to keep the previous tiers of your troops without being upgraded. Always upgrade them as soon as you can. There is one but. So let's have a look at the barracks. When you are training your troops, for example, I have 205,000 of tier 10 infantry, and if I train 1,000 more, this number will increase. But at the same time, I also have 200 of the survivalists, which is tier 6 infantry. When exactly I should upgrade them? Literally at any moment. When I prefer to do that? So during the day, when I have the alliance mates online and more people log in to the game and they can do timer helps, that's when I train the new troops. Overnight, when I know there are a few people in the game or our alliance is not that active, I tend to upgrade the troops because I don't want any low-level troops in my army. Why? Because the lower level of your troops is, the quicker they die. As you know, every troops before they die, they actually get into the hospital first. And the trick is the hospital capacity is limited. So if you have a lot of low-level troops and you don't upgrade them, what happens if you attack or you got attacked? First, your low-level troops will get into hospital. And once they fill the hospital capacity, you will start losing troops. But I mean, like losing forever. Of course, there is a proportion, like 70% that will go to the enlistment office. But the trick is once you get attacked and you have a lot of low-level troops, they will fill in your hospital capacity. And then the high-level troops should die later on. They will not get into the hospital and they will have this high chance of getting lost forever. So the ultimate answer to the question, when do you upgrade the troops, is always upgrade the troops to the latest tier possible. And there is actually zero benefit of keeping any previous tier troops. There is no better value of having tier 9 troops instead of having tier 10 troops. There was a bug earlier in the game where in certain scenarios tier 9 troops were better, but that bug is fixed like ages ago. There is also one trick for those who just start in the game. At this stage, you have like a big mix of different tier troops. Like you have, I don't know, several thousand of tier 1, and then you have more thousand of tier 2, tier 3, and let's say you open tier 4. So what do you do with tier 1 or tier 2? What I usually see is that people to rush to upgrade all of them to the latest tier available. But that's not actually the best case scenario, and I'll explain why. When you just start the game, you need a lot of troops to farm the resources like food, wood, metal, and gas. The thing is, when you upgrade the troops, they are temporarily taken out of your army and they are put into this kind of limbo mode when they are being upgraded and they're not available to do anything. They're just being upgraded. So when you just start the game, don't rush to upgrade all your troops immediately. Make sure that you have enough troops to farm all the resources within the rally capacities you have. And once you actually send out of your troops farming and you have remaining ones in your settlement, those troops you can upgrade overnight. Don't do that during the day. During the day, you should always train new troops because of the timer helps. Of course, if you are heavily involved in PvP from the very early stages of your headquarters, or you have like some offensive alliance next to you, it's better to upgrade the troops as soon as possible, because if you're being attacked, then your farm tiles will be attacked as well, I guess. So in that case, it makes sense. Otherwise, make sure that you have enough troops and then you upgrade as soon as you have leftovers that are not busy farming. Next question I have is from Maggie. Hi there, I have a question regarding the trap. We are mostly 14 people online. We tried to beat level 22, but it doesn't work out. And then Maggie continues to describe what's their wave setup and how many people they sent. We are very close to, but are not able to beat it. Do you have any suggestions or improvements? Okay, Maggie, first thing that you need to know, it's very hard to suggest what kind of improvements you have about your particular setup. Because I don't know your hero level, I don't know who is joining your rallies, I don't know like what kind of gear you have, and I don't know what kind of troops you have. So in general, if you have level 22, which is I think so it's wild, so level 22. It's not actually that difficult one to beat, and I think your main issue, as you described it, is the amount of people you have online. I think with 14 people online, unless you are like top 14 in the whole state, it's very problematic to beat the influencer trap. So what I would suggest in your particular case is actually getting more people online, scheduling like the influence trap when you have the, I don't know, 30 people online in your alliance. And if your alliance is that small that you can't possibly get that high number of people playing the influencer trap, then I suggest merging with another alliance and working on the trap together, because it makes sense to get to the latest tier of the influencer trap as soon as possible, just because of the rewards. As you can see on level 24, you have 800 gear parts as the highest reward and 24 gear designs. But as you go to the latest tier of the influencer trap, it's almost doubling that amount. And it actually gives a lot of value, not only for the people scoring the first places, but it also gives more resources for those people who don't score the first places, because the higher level of the trap is, the more or the better rewards all of the participants are getting. That's why it's always important to finish the previous level as soon as possible and move into the next one. And in order to do that, you need to take into account hero gear, you need to take into account chief gear, and then who is doing rallies and what kind of troops you're using, and many, many other factors. There is a detailed guide on my website, and the link is in description. Next question is from John. My iPhone freaked out during the latest update and had to reset it. How do you reclaim my source accounts? John, the best way to make sure that you don't lose your accounts is actually binding them as soon as you started playing the game. It's actually super easy, and all you need to do is go to the account and click bind account here. And then as soon as you put, I don't know, Facebook or Google, VK if you like, or Apple ID, it doesn't matter, just one of these, you have no problems with recovering your account on any device. And trust me, I'm using like multiple devices to record my videos, and I have over 6 accounts. So if I didn't bind them, actually I would have a lot of troubles now. And I'm getting this question quite often, like how do I recover my account? I didn't bind it. And for you guys, I actually experimented how to recover an account. So what I did, I had my testing account in the state 1, where I do videos for you as well. And I accidentally deleted BlueStacks where it was hosted. If you happen to get into the same situation, what you need to do, you need to create a new account from scratch on a new device. First, you need to bind it to any social network that is in the list. And what you need to do next is you go to settings, you go to helps and support, and then you click here, help and support. And there is such thing as account issues. And there is a button that I lost my account. Once you fill in this form for recovery, it has questions like what was your account number, what was the state where your account had, the headquarters level. So basically a bunch of questions that you can see on my screen, and make sure that you fill them in. The guaranteed way you will be able to recover your account is if you ever spent money. So as soon as you attach a receipt of payment, there is almost, well, I should not say guaranteed, but it's very likely that you will get your account back. So in this case, you need to fill in the newly created account and the in-game name. So that's the new account that you created, and bind it. And once you provide all these details, it took me around 3, maybe 4 days for support to restore my lost account on a brand new device. Why it actually takes so long is because it's not like the customer support that is doing this kind of recovery, but they are passing it to their technical department. And if you filled in all the details correct, so that you're not attempting to steal someone else's account, I know it's a lot, but if you accidentally lost your device and you haven't bind it, I still think it's acceptable to wait those days, especially if you had some payments done and stuff like that. Otherwise, always make sure that you have bind your account like literally on the first hour that you started to play. It will save you from a lot of troubles. Let's move to the next question. It's from Thomas, and the question is, hey mate, I have recently started playing State of Survival. I started on the new server and I'm new to the game. The server is 7 days old. I saw a lot of your content. I would like to ask, where should I invest my real money? And I have a budget of this amount of euro, and could you advise me how long I should save and which heroes I should focus on? It's really difficult to answer this kind of questions. In general, that's why I thought it's a good idea to provide some kind of private consultations through my website, where I basically have a person's account screenshots, and you send me all kind of details of what kind of heroes you have, what is your chief gear, what is your hero gear, what is your state, what is your situation, and then I consult you individually about what kind of investments you should make about the game. It's not for free, but I also think it's the best way how to deal with this kind of questions, and not just give some general advices that will not work in 100% of the cases. In general, the more money you invest, the better you will get in the game. But there are several ways how to make more optimal investments. And if you would really like to know them, then that's fine. I'm happy to help you through the private consultation. The terms and conditions are available on my website. You can find the link in description. Next question. It's coming from Reddit, and I've seen it several times as well. When do you, and if you need an alt account or farming account or whatever you call it? In general, guys, yes, I do advise to open a second account in the same state, and it's actually within the game rules, so you're not violating any terms here. You can have 2 accounts in the same state. And as you can see on my screen, I have only one account in the state 135, and I can create one more account in the same state. So there is a limit of 2. And of course, I'm not doing that because I'm a content creator and I don't really have time to manage the second account in my state, because I already have over 6 accounts in different states. But if you're not a content creator and you would like to get maximum out of this game, having a second account is actually very recommended. There are a few reasons for that. First of all is getting resources. At HQ level 27, 28, 29, and 30, to upgrade HQ, you will need tons of resources. I think level 30, you will need like 280 millions of food and wood, but it's not even the biggest concern. The biggest concern is having like this metal resource, which I think it's 50 million or something like that. I don't remember precisely, but of course you can check the resource requirements on my website. Again, the link is in description. So when you have just one account, farming this amount of resources is close to impossible. I'm not talking about those people who invest real money. It's not a problem for you guys because you get a lot of resources when you purchase something. But as a free-to-play, it is strongly recommended to have second account purely for the resource farming. What is the other purposes of having a second account? The second, and it's actually the main reason for both free-to-plays and pay-to-plays, is the Capital Clash and State versus State event. I'll explain why. The fight itself happens on Saturday, and it starts around 11 a.m., I think, UTC now or later. It doesn't matter. The thing is, if you and your alliance would like to have a good spot around the capital, you need to take that spot early. And as you can see, in my case, we have the the state versus state fight upcoming. We don't know if we're going to win the preparation stage or lose. So it depends if we're going to be invading the other state or we're going to be protecting our own one. It doesn't matter. What matters is that people already, and it's mine day right now, already start to take good spots around the capital, so that when we have the enemy invading our capital, we make sure that they will not able to take those spots, and they will not have an opportunity to come to the capital quicker than we do. That's why in our case, as you can see, a lot of people started to already move their farming accounts closer to the capital. And I'm pretty sure that by Saturday, which is the day of the fight, in case we lose, our capital will be full surrounded by the farming accounts. And that's actually the very good use of your farming account, because while you're occupying space near the capital, you can still do the farming, and that's not a problem at all. And the last purpose of the farming account is actually you can use it for testing, because developers, they quite often change game mechanics and different attacking, defending mechanism. They implement new heroes, they implement new troop tiers, and many other things. So having the second account that you can safely attack, leaving the minimum amount or the precise amount of troops in it, so that you can model some kind of situation. For example, you can leave, 10,000 of troops of each type, and then attack your farming account with the tier 3 hero, and then you can do the same with the tier 4 hero, and you can see the difference, which generation is better. And the last thing that you can use your farming account is to support your players. For example, when I was actively playing in state 313, some of the guys, they kindly offered me to use their farming accounts to get the resources when I was upgrading my headquarters. So for example, if you have some guys who are falling behind and you would like to help them growing faster, you can use the farming account to offer them your resources. That's also a very nice thing to do. And that's all that I wanted to cover today. I'm not sure if this Q&A session is helpful for you or not, so I really would like you guys to let me know in the comments if it is helpful, and if you think it would be helpful to keep it on regular basis, for example, every Monday. And of course, you will send me some questions to cover here. I'm happy to do that. I would also like to remind that you can support my content in different ways. On monthly basis, it's done through Patreon, and you will get some benefits on top of the support. And you can do one-time support through PayPal or Stripe. All the links are in description. I also have a zgaming.club website where you can find a lot of State of Survival guides, so make sure you check it out. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I wish you a nice day.